Hi, happy Saturday. I'm reading from my reading corner. So I'm going to dub this part of the room. I don't know that you can hear it. I am going to put music in the video as far as when I read, but it has been thundering and lightning all day long. It is, I don't know, I think it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it started about 6 o'clock this morning, and it has just been going all day. Anyways, today I'm going to read a story that I did as a prompt for the Tale Foundry. I've mentioned them before. Another story I did was Ralph. So if you like prompts or you like listening to people read short stories, you should check out the Tale Foundry. So this story was read on the Tale Foundry's YouTube channel. Benji took a more cutesy approach to how it was. Whereas I meant it to be a little creepier, spookier twist, I guess, at the end. But in all fairness, I did cut some stuff because the Tale Foundry, their prompts are usually, I believe, like 250 to 350 words, and the story I have today is about 550. So I cut some of the stuff that probably changed the tone of the story. So I'm gonna read the story in its entirety, and yeah, it doesn't have a title yet right now. The prompt was Sweet Dreams, I think, and I named it, it's got 3 names right now. It's either Whispers Under the Bed, Playtime, or A Friend, question mark. So if you have any suggestions on what to call this story, let me know. We'll just call it Whispers Under the Bed. Annie always hated under her bed. It was creepy and dark. Man, it is pouring outside. I think I'll wait a second. I'm waiting out the storm, so I paused for a bit. It is just coming down in torrents right now. I really wish that I had a story that took place where all of this rain background noise would fit in just perfectly. But I don't have anything. I looked through all of my stuff and nothing. So, well, as soon as it passes, I will read my story. Okay, I think I have a lull in the storms for now. So, we're gonna read my story that right now I'm dubbing Whispers Under the Bed. Annie always hated under her bed. It was creepy and dark. And while most kids weren't afraid during the day, Annie still was. Just because the monster is asleep, she thought, doesn't mean it isn't there. She would hear its nails scratch against the wood as it curl and uncurl its claws while it dreamt. At night it was much worse. Annie's mom and dad would tuck her in and kiss her goodnight. Things would be peaceful for a time. But as the house settled, the whispering began. Annie, the thing under the bed said. Annie, it hissed. Come down where I can see you. My eyes aren't very good in the dark. The monster thought it was clever, but Annie knew it lied. She was a child, but her young age didn't mean she was stupid. She stayed right where she was, right where she was safe. It whispered to her most of the night, begging her to come closer, promising it wouldn't hurt her, and all it ever wanted was a peek of her. What was the harm? Its sinister voice insisted. Annie tried to outsmart it. She covered her ears, but the creature spoke louder. She turned on the radio, but the monster pulled the plug. She tried to tell her parents, but they only pat her on the head, disbelieving her story. She'd make them believe, she thought. Just wait until I lure it out, then they'll see. One night, Annie stood in the doorway of her room. Her parents had gone to bed. They had let her sleep in the living room after she had told them, "It'll be like indoor camping." From the hall, she called and beckoned the creature. She pled and bribed it, but the thing under her bed stayed put. "Why don't you come over here instead, Annie?" it rasped. "It's cozy under here. The light is soft, and the air is warm." Annie shook her head, but found her feet moving forward. Perhaps this whole time the creature was telling the truth, that she was safe from it. As she approached the bed, she squatted and peered underneath. Glowing yellow eyes peered back. The sound of a door opening down the hallway made Annie glance back. "Annie?" her mom softly called. Perhaps she had heard Annie trying to get the monster to come to her. Annie looked back at the thing under the bed. It hadn't tried to grab her or touch her. Maybe it's not evil, she thought. She got down on all fours and crawled forward. "Here, let me make room for you," the creature cooed, as the sound of footsteps moved closer to the room. Annie disappeared into the darkness under her bed. It wasn't bad. It really was warm here. She turned and looked out. Feet, ankles, and shins were visible in her doorway. Definitely her mom's. Annie liked the view. This changed her whole perspective. She nodded her head, pleased. "Annie?" her mom called, a hint of worry in her voice. She stepped into the room. "It's inviting, isn't it?" the monster whispered in Annie's ear. "Yes," the girl replied, a mischievous smile curling her lips as she watched the feet get closer and closer. "Good," the monster purred. Annie's mom stepped right in front of the bed. The creature's claws raked the floor as it smiled too. "And now that we're together, Annie," it growled, "we can play." All right, and just in time for the rain to start pouring again on my roof. So I hope you enjoyed this story, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye.